Good morning, everybody. Shannon and Karen with Wandering Out Yonder today. We're at Poe Paddy State Park. We are going to share with you guys the campground, just in case somebody out there is interested after watching our other video about this state park to come out here and camp. Really cool campground, beautiful sights.
On top of a mountain.
What's not to love? Do you hear that water running? Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to take you around. So this is the gravel road it's a hard pack gravel road that you drive in on. Okay, and then if you keep going this way, now see if you turn left here, you go into the Poe Paddy State Park and then the campground. If you continue straight, it will take you to Reed's Gap, but from what I understand, that road can be pretty treacherous, and I don't think I would want to attempt it in Fran.
It's another 14 miles.
Yeah, and it is another 14 miles. I think it's only tent camping there as well. Anyhow, we are here at Poe Paddy State Park. We're heading into the campground to show you guys what the amenities are and what this campground is like. But you will hear the entire time that we're walking around that water in the background, and that's such a soothing sound. Now, Shannon just mentioned to me that the sites, from what she's understanding, are not in chronological order. So we're going to do this as you drive into the campground, what the amenities are and where the sites are. All right, so we started here. We're going to start here and go this way, and then site 129 around. And you'll see in the video, these are the lean-tos that we're referring to that are on the map. And it looks like the pavilion area. There are two actually pavilion areas there. When you first come in, over to the right are the pit toilet bathrooms. And then there are some campsites down this way. We're going to walk down that way in a second. And then if you look over to the left, you will see there is the dumpsters for your trash. And I'm pretty sure it's the only dumpsters in the campground, so you do have to come up here. There's a picnic area over to the left with a playground. Okay. This is part of the Mid-State Trail. If you see the orange blazes on the trees around here, that is part of the Mid-State Trail. This particular spur road is. All right. So we're going to take a hike this way. Now, if you're the kind of person that needs to be right next to the bathroom, this site right here is for you. I personally would not care for this because it's right near the entrance. But, you know, it's big, lots of room, and it is right next to the restrooms. There is a water source right here as well. And I think that is the only water source that I saw. Oh, is there? Okay.
There's another set of pit toilets.
Okay, so there's one of these water sources next to the pit bathrooms in the campground. All right, now we haven't been in the bathrooms yet, so we're going to check those out.
If you're asking yourself what a pit toilet is, that is a pit toilet.
No parking here. This is for handicap. No, 15-minute parking. All right.
There's more water.
Right. Oh, and there is another water source here. So another set of bathrooms right here.
We're going to be doing everything kind of backwards.
All right, again, guys, it's kind of backwards how this is set up, but we're doing it as you drive in. This is site 133. No power. Not a lot of room. Probably be a good tent site.
I would say this entire loop is geared toward tent camping.
Yeah, even though there are people camping here in vans. And I think a camper down there. Don't want to get too much in here. Site 133 on the left. That looks like 132. All right, that's a tent pad. And then just enough room to park. Site 130 to the left has a bit more room. No power. Tent pad in the back, as you can see. Fire pit. And this one over here on the right is really small. I mean, you drive up right here, park, and that's pretty much it. You've got a fire pit, picnic table.
I would guess your tent would go up in there.
Yeah, your tent would probably go up in there, and it's not very level. No. And again, these I'm pretty sure are for tent camping. Now I'm going to go up here to site 129. And as you can see, it's a bit more room.
See, that's the tent area right there.
Yeah. So this is that main road when you're driving in, so you could come down here. But this looks like maybe either a parking area or a good place to put your tent. And then this is the space that you would have here. No power on this one. All right. Okay, head down the road here. So as you're coming down from site 129, over here to the right is site 128 and 126. And they're pretty cool. They have little log lean-tos that are open. So you can camp in these little lean-tos or bring a tent and just use them for other reasons. But it looks like maybe somebody over here is camping in them. But you're right on the Penns Creek here, I'm pretty sure. This is the draw to camping right here. This guy has a gazebo set up. He's got his truck pulled in, so there's room, plenty of room. All right, so it's on this private kind of circle road where these lean-tos are. So there's a lot of privacy here, a lot of woods. There is a public, looks like maybe picnic area over here on the left. But you're right here in front of the creek, you can hear it. Looks like there's another, my guess is these pavilions, you can probably rent these online. Pretty good size pavilion areas, and they do have, looks like parking for them as well. I'll show these to you. Looks like they have fireplaces. And then there's one over here as well. But look at all the woods around you. And I'm pretty sure that that's a path down there. There's a bench right down here. Right, so we'll take a look at that in just a second. But yeah, that's really nice. A nice little pavilion area. So right next to this pavilion is another water source. And across from it is site 116. Now this is a pretty big site right here. You can get quite a bit in here. And it looks like they have it leveled out for a tent pad back there. I don't see any power boxes. And this site 114 we're walking up to. Kind of the same setup. You have fire pit, lantern hook, picnic table, and it looks like they've tried to gravel and level it out for a tent pad back there. No power. And next to that is site 112. This is kind of nice. This one does have power. It has a nice tent pad area over here. And of course the amenities that the other sites have. Except this one does have power. So, very nice. And that's what's on this loop where we started at site, I think, 129. So if you look on the map, it's that loop. All right. Now,
So
Shannon and I, no, we just finished showing you this right here, okay? So now we're going to take you across the main road here. This is the main road right here. And we're going to go up here. And there are more lean-tos. Shannon's going to show that to you on the
There's 3
map.
lean-tos back here. We're
Right.
going to go back and check those out.
But these lean-tos are as you're coming in, and then it would be to your right.
There's only 3 sites up here.
Yeah, 3 of them. Sites 153 through 155. All right. Again, there are 3 more of these lean-to sites back here in the woods. Super cool. This is the parking on the right for all 3 of them. Right now the road's a bit washed out. They just had torrential rain from Hurricane Debbie, but typically not that bad. So we're gonna walk up in here and take a look at this. All right, so super cool. Little log cabin type lean-tos, wood.
So the gentleman that I talked to said that some people do this, you know, like cowboy camp, sleep in these.
Yeah, so you could. Yeah, people do it all the time on the Appalachian Trail. Anyhow, yeah, you have a tent pad back here if you want a tent camp. Fire pit, there's no power. You can't park at the site, you have to park over here, but still, these are pretty cool. So these two are back on the back of this mountain. If you can see, it just climbs back through there. And they are pretty much the same. Really cool though. A lot of privacy. All right. And it looks like this one has the tent pad over here. So that's site 155 right there. And again, your parking would be out here.
So this one here is really cool. The lean-to's here. Fire pit is here. There's a tent site right there. And you could also get a second tent right here. But wow. Check out your backyard.
All right, so Shannon's going to show us on the map. So Loop B is where we're heading next.
We're back into the main area, and we're going to go do this area here, which looks like it's an in and out.
Right. All right, so before you get over to sites 101 to 108, on the left is a parking lot, and I'm guessing this is probably overflow or maybe day use. And you can hear the creek in front of us. Okay, over here to the right, before you get to the bridge, sites 101 to 108, and these are really nice. None of these have electric, but you have that beautiful sound of the water the whole night. That would be heavenly. All right. Now, site 101, right here, it's the first one on the left. Site 102 is the first one to the right. This is site 101. This is really big. This is a very nice site with a picnic table, fire pit, lantern hook. You're right here at the creek. You'll get to listen to the sound of that water all night long. Gotta love that. Site 102 is quite a bit smaller, but you could get a vehicle in there, a camper, small camper, tent. All right. Site 104, 106. I believe there's 8 sites in here. So 104, 106, 108. Kind of the same size over here on the right. And these on the left have quite a bit more room on them. These people are camping, so I don't want to bother them. But you can see the ones on the right here are all pretty much the same size. Maybe these last two are a bit bigger, like 106 and 108. 108 is kind of cool. If you go back in here, if you look at this site right here, this is kind of a neat site. You have a place to park back here. This is your campsite. So a little bit of privacy. You are. There is a trail right here.
That's where the bench was.
Right, and there is a bench out there, so if you wanted to go out there and sit and watch the creek go by, you could. And I'm guessing that is
That's a turnaround.
just, no, it says do not block.
Do not block, turnaround.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right, so anyhow, that's this area. Pretty neat. All right, so we just showed you this right here.
Loop B.
So we're going to cross over the bridge here and take a right or a left.
We're going to go show the boat launch area next. There's 2 sites there. So we're going to go across this bridge.
And then over to the right.
Yeah,
here.
over to the right. There are 2 sites in the boat launch area. So that's where we'll go next.
All right. All right, so this is Big Poe Creek right here. This dumps out into the Penns Creek down here, yeah. But this is really nice. This is a beautiful mountain creek here. All right, so we're gonna walk across over here and go to the right. This is what they call the boat launch area to the right. There are a couple of areas that you can launch your inner tube or whatever you're using to go down Penns Creek. This is one of them right here in the campground. And it goes, yeah. So this is it right here. There is a campsite.
136 on the right. 137.
Yep. So on the left is one, and then one is on the right. 136 and 137. They both have power. This is pretty big over here. If you didn't mind people coming down here all day, because like I said, this is the boat launch area, and there is somebody camping over here, so I'm not going to bother with videotaping that. But this is a great big site over here, and it does have power, and it does have a giant tent pad.
That is 137.
On the left. Looks like he's packing up, but so you would drive in here, and there's parking spaces.
This is you can tell here by the map. This is a pretty big creek. This is the Poe Creek that we just walked across. It dumps out into this. This is a much larger
Penns Creek.
Right. So that kind of snakes all around.
So Shannon said there's right around 20 parking spots here.
I guess it's pretty busy in the height of the season.
Yeah, I'm sure that it is. And there's a little bench here, a little marquee. We'll go over here and see what the marquee says. This is talking about trout fishing, when to fish and when not to fish. And they suggest that you bring a thermometer to place in the water. All right, and then this tells you a little bit about what you might see here with the water snakes. Okay, so we're gonna head down and take a look at the water. Now we came down here yesterday. We're going to see if it's gotten any lower. I don't think it has.
No, not a whole lot.
It looks pretty much the same as it did yesterday.
Still pretty cloudy.
Yeah, it's pretty sooty right now. It's been stirred up quite a bit. There's a little bench if you'd like to come out here and just sit and watch. We have seen some pretty ducks flying past through here, so it is a pretty area to sit and watch. And you can also sit and watch and wait for people to come by on their inner tubes. We were doing that yesterday. We only saw a couple of families.
Two.
Yeah, we saw two people out braving it. But these were also people who were familiar with this creek. So they've done it before. They know how to do it. We've never done it, so we would prefer to wait until this kind of settles out to do it. But it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful, beautiful area. All right, Shannon.
All right, so next we're going to do Loop C. So we just came out of this area here, the boat launch.
Right there, yeah.
We're standing here. This is, Karen, if you'll pan up. This is where we're at here, the bathrooms. You go down this road here, this main road, this way, goes to the tunnel.
All right, and that's part of the Mid-State Trail.
Right, so we're going to head to the right, do this Loop C, and show you these sites.
All right, you ready? Here we go.
So this is 146 to 152.
And we are camping on this Loop C. It's a really nice area. So this road right here takes you to the tunnel parking, and you can walk out to the tunnel. There's another launch area out there as well. We're going to show you on the map.
Right, we're right now here at this V. Like Karen said, that goes out to the tunnel. That's where the rail trail is, everything out there. So we're going on Loop C over here. That is sites 146 to 152.
All right. And again, guys, this is part of the Mid-State Trail right here as well. So that runs through this park. And you can take this all the way over to Poe Valley State Park as well. So That would be a pretty good little hike, 4 or 5 miles, I think. Maybe longer, I don't know. All right, so Shannon just counted. There's about 35, 40 sites. All right, some are dog friendly and some are not. All right, we are at site 146 as you turn in. Over here to the right.
Loop C all has electric.
So the amenities would be the picnic table, lantern hook, fire pit, and power.
Really nice.
No water, but no sewer, but yeah. And this is really nice because you've got the woods all around you. So lots of privacy. Very big site. And all of these sites on this loop are pretty good size, nice and private, lots of woods. So this is a nice little loop, this loop C. All right, so ahead of us, site 147 on the left. There is someone parked in there, and there is someone outside, so I can't videotape over there. But you can see there's a really good sized camper he's got in there with his truck. 148 also has a camper in it. Nice size.
I think that's Loopy's book.
Yeah. You can see very big sites. And you're, again, all these woods are all around you. All right. I'm not going to videotape there because someone's camping. Site 150. That is where we are camping. You can see Fran.
You could get 5 friends in there.
Yeah, it's a really big site. All right. And there is a site over across from us.
149.
Yeah, but I'm not going to videotape because people are outside enjoying their day.
One again.
All right, so this is site 150 that we're staying in. And as you can see, it's a huge, that's Fran way back there. I mean,
She could have friends.
yeah, we could bring friends, tents, all kinds of stuff. We'd be good. Site 151 is a bit smaller. Someone's camping, so I'm not going to be videotaping, but it does have the same amenities. And as you can see, there's some separation with woods and lots of shade. All right, so up ahead here is site 152. It's a bit smaller, but still a big site. You can see everything that they have on the site.
It's just positioned differently.
It's just positioned a bit differently, yes. So that is site 152, and you're on this turn, so you have no neighbors over this way.
That's your view.
Yeah. And that is your view way up there. And that's your view all around you. Really, it's beautiful through here.
All right, so we just did the sites on the upper part of C, and it comes back down with the main road here, and there's a handful down here by the creek. That's what we're heading to next, 140 to 145.
All right, so again, this is the other side of Loop C. There's nothing right in here. I was just going to point out, you can hear this Poe Creek, Little Poe Creek, is that what it's called?
Big Poe Creek.
Big Poe Creek. You can hear that creek. It's pretty loud. It is still just gushing because of that storm. But it's a beautiful area. So you actually walk quite a ways down here around this loop before you run into your first site here, over on the left.
Day use area over there.
Yeah, there are day use areas in the park all over. And that is the creek I was talking about. That's gorgeous. So again, like I said, this is the first site on the left, 145. There are people camping, so I'm not going to videotape the site, but there is power there. And then over on the right, this site is empty. Site 144 and 143 are both empty. This one sits right on the creek. It's not very big, but it does have power. And the site on the left is 143, a bit deeper, a lot more room, and it does have power. And then site 142, people are camping, so I'm not going to videotape, but that is right on the creek, as well as site 140, I believe. Yeah, both of those are taken right now. All right, so that was Loop C, and we are back around, wrapped around to the bathrooms. This is the handicap accessible site right here. It is right by the restrooms. So if you came in and went to your left, it is right there. It is pretty deep, but you do have bathroom access a little bit closer than anybody else does. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us today here at Poe Paddy State Park Campground. We wanted to share it with you because we thought it was a really cool campground. And because when we were doing a little bit of research, we wanted to see a little bit more. So we did a more thorough video. Hopefully we'll help somebody out there. What do you think, Shannon?
I think if you like remote, this is the place to be. This is a fantastic. I told Karen when we pulled in, we will be coming back here again.
And we have picked out our favorite sites, so we will be back. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Bye.